Welcome back, everybody, to episode 50 of A to Z Sports Talk. We're on 50, Zach. We made it to a half a century. Pretty
Yeah,
solid, huh?
yeah, I'm very surprised.
it also went very quickly. I don't know if you feel that way.
Kind of.
50 episodes is a lot of
Yeah,
episodes.
it is.
Somebody the other day on live was saying he really enjoyed it and how he listened to one part. So Shane, if you're listening, shout out to Shane. But he
Shane,
said
you're
he
my
listened.
boy.
He said he was listening to it at work, and that I was thinking, oh, maybe he just listened to a little bit of it. So I asked him what part he listened to. He said the whole thing, and I was like, a whole hour episode. I mean, that's pretty solid. But I still was kind of
At
hesitant about
work,
it.
you want the long episodes.
Yeah. Well, he pulled out that we talked about the Mike Trout last episode, the Mike Trout streak. Remember that? And he talked about how we picked Miami over Texas A&M, which did not happen, but he listened to
God, that
that.
game looked awful. I didn't
And then
watch any of it, but
I didn't either. Yeah. And then he picked out something from NFL. So shout out Shane for listening to the whole thing. But yeah, today we have MLB, college football, and NFL. Really the same thing we've been doing for a few episodes now.
it's the same thing we'll
I
be doing forever because,
exactly
well, the only thing we'll add will be hockey. That's the only thing that's big coming up. But yeah,
the only thing.
yeah. What else is there?
We got
College
some
basketball
NBA.
starts up.
Hey, we will have to do some NBA predictions. We'll have that.
Let me guess, the Lakers number one seed in the West.
No. So I'm making the top 30 teams. I think you saw that.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was solid. So
Not
I'm
great.
waiting. I'm
I'm
waiting.
waiting
So
for you to put the Lakers top five because I know
I
you
won't
will.
I won't put them top five. I won't.
Top 10, probably.
Um but yeah, well, I mean we have kind of a recap of college football week 3. MLB only has like 15 or 16 games left just about for everybody, which is crazy to me. The
Mhm.
Cardinals only have 3 home games left. That's wild.
That is crazy.
Cool. Absolutely nuts. And then if I didn't mention it, NFL, I mean right now I have the Cardinals Raiders game on because that's got 5 minutes left in overtime. But this is a prime example of some crazy games that went down today. But before we get into everything, Zach, you doing all right?
I'm doing pretty great, honestly.
There you go. You
The
got a dub.
Cowboys won.
You got
Joe
a
Burrow,
dub.
you suck. I hope you play awful. Hope your career in. No, I'm not gonna say that. Sorry, I get a little aggressive whenever it's a person. I get very violent. But Joe Burrow, congratulations on the loss and going 0-2 and really living up to the expectations. I hope you suck. But yeah, the Cowboys, Cooper Rush, MVP. I think we should trade Dak, sign Cooper Rush to like a 10-year deal for like $1 million a year because I think we should just sign him for a really long backup year, like as a backup quarterback. Just ride him
Hmm.
because he played super good.
Your defense was great again,
Our
also.
defense is very good, very,
Hmm.
very good. Micah
Yeah.
Parsons, amazing. Wilson, I don't know his first name, safety, just
Hmm.
would murder everyone who tried to run the ball. Travion Diggs, you thought he could only just catch intercept passes. Oh no, he can tackle too. Big stop.
Yep.
Demarcus Lawrence is just a dog. Dante Fowler, I think it's Dante Fowler. I know Fowler's his last
Uh-huh.
name. I think he was on the Rams last year. He was super good. Basically, we're winning the Super Bowl. Cooper Rush is going to lead us
The
there.
complete opposites of what you said last
I'm
week.
telling you right now, this
Like,
is the life of a Cowboys fan. You get your hopes up, and the next week, I don't know who the heck we play. I feel like it's not a good team, but we'll probably
hmm.
lose.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean,
Let's see.
I'm gonna save my Seahawks talk for when we get to the NFL because today was not a good day for us.
Oh, I'm gonna. How we play the Giants on Monday night.
New York or Dallas?
Wait, what? Oh,
Is it in New
in New
York or
York.
Dallas? Okay. Hey, speaking of those G-men, though, we'll get to that. But what a start for them.
I hate
Um,
Monday night because I'm gonna. It's gonna get over at like midnight at the
it is
work.
late. It is late. It is late. I didn't even think about this, but did you have any? Did you see it?
Of course.
Okay, right on. I got one off the top of my head too.
I'll go with my like sad one first and then my like exciting one after, get the sadness out of the way first.
There you go.
But
All right.
Brian Bursey, 5-star defensive lineman for Clemson, gonna be like a first round draft pick. His 15-year-old sister passed away this last week because of brain cancer. And so she was with the team all of last week before the game against Furman, and then she had to leave because there was like oh, what was it? Like stuff wasn't going right, so she had to fly home. She passed away this week, and so they like obviously had a moment of silence. Clemson students, they all like spread the word to wear gray because gray is like the color for brain cancer. So like the whole like stadium was like gray. It was actually pretty crazy. And then Louisiana Tech's coach, he wore like the Ella Strong shirt. They wore those last week against Furman. Like all the players were wearing them. Dabo coached in
Mm-hmm.
it. And then the Louisiana Tech coach had all his players write notes to the Bersee family. So that was like super cool and a class act.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Um, which is really cool, I thought. And
Yeah.
yeah, so it was awesome. Um, and then my more exciting to get us more happy is
All right.
in the new college football video game, the transfer portal will be in the game,
Let's go.
which is very exciting.
It's getting better and better.
Yes.
I'm getting more and more excited for it. Um,
Oh
yeah, I've been
yes.
playing. I've been trying to get back into Madden here. I've been playing a little MLB The Show. So,
I've been playing a lot of
um,
Madden. Created a
probably my
quarterback, 99 overall. Fun.
ooh, probably my
I
last time
only play on
around.
all Madden too now.
Do you? I think you mentioned that actually.
All
Yeah,
pros too easy. It's
yeah,
too
it is.
easy.
It is. It is. Yeah, I think this might be my last time around on the PS4. I might have to go all in next year,
Oh yeah, I will spend
summer.
$1 million for the college football game.
My did you see it? The WNBA season, which I know a lot of. I mean, we don't talk about it. A lot of people don't talk about it as much, but WNBA season just up today, and I have to cut myself off by saying this really quick because the Cardinals covered a fumble and ran it back for a touchdown to
Really?
win it. Yeah,
Kyler, silence the haters. Wasn't on the sticks this week. He was
yeah,
getting that he was doing that independent study that was in his contract, but they took it out.
yeah, yeah. So Arizona comes up with a big comeback win there. But back to my did you see it? The Las Vegas Aces won the WNBA championship. Those of you that don't know, the Aces are like the team. Like they're the dominant force. They have the MVP. So they beat the Connecticut Sun. They do a 5 game series instead of 7 in the finals. And so they won that. But wanted to shout them out. I know we have a couple women's basketball players that listen. Sure. So I want to give them some. But MLB wise, the Cardinals just ran a 5 game series with the Reds and not I don't know, not the most
I
great
was
outcome.
disappointed.
It was, yeah, I was too. Because I mean, we won 3 out of 5, but there's a
It's the
couple
Reds.
takeaways. Exactly, there's a couple takeaways I take from it. One, the bad side, the offense is like non-existent recently.
Atrocious.
Very, there you go. It's like I'm a rapper and you're the ad lib guy.
Yeah. I just put in little words in there to spice it up.
Yeah, yeah. But on a brighter note, Quintana 8 shutout innings, and wasn't it shutout? I think it was a
Yeah,
shutout.
it was 0-0 into extra innings last night.
That's right. That's right. And then Hudson gave up 1 unearned run in 8 innings, so he
Mhm.
came back, pitched really well, 102 pitches, which was pretty good for Huddy, and obviously 8 innings is way longer than he's been into any game this year. So, I mean, what do you think offensively though? What do you think's gonna happen here?
We just need Goldie Arenado to heat up.
Yeah.
That's really all we need, and that's what we
Hmm.
need to be successful in the playoffs.
Hmm.
Like Tommy Edmonds still been hitting. He's up at like 270. I guess I can kind of look at our stats
Yeah.
real quick.
I mean, I like Brendan Donovan and Tommy at the top. I think
Yeah,
I don't
they
know. I
are
don't.
good table setters. Even Corey Dickerson sometimes put him up there. He
Yeah.
just has good bat to ball skills.
I like Corey in the 2 hole more than the 5 hole. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree.
He
But
he seems
like,
like a prototypical 2 guy.
yeah, like Goldie's down to 322. He hasn't hit a home run in a while, I don't think.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Arenado's at 298. He literally just stays around that like 299. Like I
Yeah.
think he's been around there for like a month.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah. We just I don't know. I guess some guys are hitting and then we're just not getting like more like hits in the right time, I guess. I don't know.
What we're missing is like another guy. And last year was Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah.
and
And he's on the
228,
IL now.
and he's on the IL exactly. And that Carlson's back, but he's obviously had a really down year. And Nootbaar's really cold right now.
Mhm.
Gorman's gone literally ice cold out of nowhere. I mean, he was never smoking hot, really,
Yeah.
but he's been ice cold. And Yachty's hitting, but he's obviously in the 7 or 8
Yeah.
hole every night. Yeah, I think they said today he's batting 325 in September.
Really?
So Yachty's turning it on here.
He has a
Yeah.
220 average now. Watch
There
out.
you go. There you go. But yeah, and then Burleson's come up, and I mean, I know it's only
Yeah.
27 at bats or whatever, but he has not produced at all.
No.
So I mean, how long do you go with him? And because Yepes is up to 298, I believe, in the minors right now. So I mean, what do
I
you?
yep, yeah. I don't know. I honestly would I guess I kind of want to play I'd play Gorman over Burleson. I know he can't play the outfield, but you can put not Edmund well you can't put Edmund anywhere. You can put Donovan literally anywhere.
Yeah,
I tweeted out we should look at him for catcher next year, so he plays everywhere.
yeah. I,
Um,
I I really think Carlson, even though I'm down this year, now that he's back, I just play him every day. I really would
yeah.
just get him at bats.
Dickerson, you got it. Honestly, Dickerson, you kind of have to play him every day now
I
too.
know, I know. I really don't like him in left field though.
He's not a great defender.
Like 3 episodes in a row, I think. I don't know how he won a Gold Glove. Just
Yeah,
really don't. He
it's
looks
like Ozuna.
incapable out there. Yeah, Adam Duvall's won one or two. He's another guy that's kind of just I don't know. That's a left field Gold Glove, and we've said that before about
It's a hitting defensive award.
for sure, for sure. But yeah, I think it's really. I asked you what you think needs to be changed. I really think it's just like you said, guys just need to get it, get it going again. I
Low
mean, it's
key,
very
like we could say Pools, but Pools has been one of the guys who's been driving in runs and like
exactly.
getting the big hits at the right time.
Exactly. I think the
Like
good thing is we're in a spot where if we want to catch the Braves, it's going to be kind of tough. We're like 5 behind them, but at the same time, we're still 8 or 7. Let me check here. We are
we're
seven
eight
or eight,
above.
8. Yeah, 8 above the Brewers. So we're obviously not probably. I mean, unless something, I mean, it's not happening. We're not going to lose
No,
that lead either. So really, we're in a middle ground, which is kind of, I guess, if you want to get cold, I guess this is like okay time, even though we're at the end of the season. Um, get it out in this next week. But I mean, the thing is, we're struggling against the Reds pitching. We got the Padres coming up, who are obviously going to be playing hard because they're competing for a spot. And then the Dodgers, who have already clinched like everything,
yeah, the
everything
Dodgers.
possible.
Yeah, they
So I
don't have any
wonder how
good pitchers.
I wonder how they're going to do. I mean, I wonder if they're going to play their guys or if they're
Who the Dodgers?
yeah,
I
because
think
they've
they'll
clinched
play.
everything.
You, I Baseball is a sport where you can't rest. I feel like you can, but
Maybe a
baseball
day
is
or
such the
two.
postseason where you have to be hot at the right
Exactly.
time.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like the Dodgers, they could like everyone just doesn't hit for like 2 games and then you're out. It's
Yeah.
that easy. It's crazy.
Exactly. I mean, so what's the update on Albert Pujols then? He's at 698, and so he's got 15 games left.
You have to play them every single game. I don't even care
Okay.
anymore.
Now the only thing is, I hope we only have 3 home games out of those 15. I really want him to do it at home. I
It is the
really do.
Pirates at home, so that's maybe his best chance.
Exactly.
I don't know if maybe Blake Snell's pitching for the Padres. That'd be a
Mm-hmm.
lefty.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're gonna
Dodgers,
face some. Yeah, in LA, we're gonna face some kind of lefty. I'm sure.
the Brewers, don't they have a lefty?
Do we play the Brewers again?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
we go
Okay.
Padres, Dodgers, Brewers,
Okay.
and then Pirates.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just afraid. So we got like what is it like a
Nine
nine
game road
game
trip.
yeah 9 game road trip. I'm afraid he hits. I mean, not afraid because it'd still be amazing, but I'm afraid he's gonna hit 2 on that road trip because Milwaukee obviously he can hit bombs in there.
Yeah, just
So I
don't
don't
hit it in
know.
LA.
I know. I
Hit it
can picture it in
honestly, hitting it
LA.
in Milwaukee just to like put it in their face. Yeah, we just
Yeah,
demolish you this year.
yeah.
That'd be okay. But
See
it'd
the
be kind of cool his
first.
last game at Busch Stadium, like bottom of the ninth,
Oh,
walk off, just Big
oh.
Mac land,
Yeah, yeah. Well, the
and then
thing is,
he starts crying.
I'm going to the first of the last 3 games
Yeah,
against Pittsburgh. Please, please do it. I would literally be crying. I guarantee I would cry. Um, Yeah, I still think he has a very good shot of doing it, especially against the Pirates and then in a hitter's ballpark like Milwaukee. Um, but like I said though, I've been pretty pleased for the most part with how Flaherty has pitched.
Yeah.
Nothing dominant, but a lot and more improved than what we saw earlier in the season. And then Hudson is the one that I'm just like, I know it's the Reds, but still, for him to come back like that, he pitched two
Mhm.
really good outings in the minors too.
Yeah.
So he's a game changer, and I think Quintana Montgomery today, I think gave up three, but he struck out like nine and five and a
He
third.
he pitched really good. He gave up a home
Mm-hmm.
run that he
Exactly.
gave had like one run and then it was like pitch 100. He gave up a home run.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Michaelis had a quality start, but it didn't look like he pitched real well. But he ended up giving
yeah,
6 innings, 3 runs. We just have not scored, so
yeah.
these guys are not getting the results, especially win
Mm.
loss wise.
Um, the Padres right now. The first game is Mike Clevenger. The second game, Sean Manaea. Sean, yeah,
Mania,
no,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, Manaea, and then Blake Snell. So two lefties.
There you
The
go.
Padres are throwing, so that's good.
He'll
See, they
be
have the
there.
Dodgers ones. Ooh, Andrew Heaney. Oh, it's gonna be three lefties in a
Oh
row.
yeah.
Then who else? Give us another one. Tyler Anderson, another lefty.
Let's go.
Clayton Kershaw. We got five lefties in a row.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, baby. I don't know if the Brewers will have it.
They
Adrian
probably
Hauser,
won't.
righty. Screw you.
Yeah.
And then
Five lefties in a
Ranger.
row though.
Let's see if they have the Pirates game for your game. Not yet. They don't have the starters for that game yet.
He's gonna do it in LA. He's gonna do it in LA.
Off Clayton Kershaw, just the ultimate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that they're playing him against righties right now. I really don't think you have many other options. I mean, he's hitting
No.
pretty dang well against righties right now
The
too.
only thing I would say would put like Dickerson at DH just so you don't have to have him in the field and put
Exactly.
Deluzio in center or something.
Yeah.
I like Deluzio. Like he doesn't really bat that much, but he's fast. I like fast guys.
Very fast and very good fielder. Yeah. I like Newt Bar and right more than I do in center, even though
Yeah.
Newt gunned out a guy at home plate
Yes.
today. Yeah. So
He's
but yeah,
gunned out a lot of guys.
let's I mean, I made a video the other day and I was kind of talking about how we've kind of been struggling and somebody commented like we haven't lost a series since Colorado or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, we're like 500 in that time frame. Like
We're
we're
6-4 in our
staying.
last 10 games,
Yeah, exactly.
but it doesn't feel like it. I don't know,
No. No, it doesn't. We've had a couple comeback wins. We've had a couple
which
like
is good.
one
I
nothing.
like that we are able to come back.
Yeah, it's a great trait to have in the postseason too. Not going
Yes.
down easily. But hopefully we can really just get the bats going. The pitching's honestly been pretty solid. I
Yeah,
just hope
very
we can
solid.
get the bats going in San Diego.
Jordan Hicks is on
Um,
the IL too,
mhm.
like arm fatigue and something else.
Yep, yep,
Don't throw hard. No, I'm kidding.
exactly. Yeah, he's a weapon for sure. I like how he's been pitching lately.
Yeah.
Um, Gallegos has looked better,
Mm.
and Helsley's just nasty. We didn't even mention the immaculate inning the other night.
Oh yeah.
Unreal,
Someone
dude.
did the statistics on it, and it's lower chance, or there's been a lower percentage of immaculate innings than perfect games because it's like every inning pitched. So
Uh-huh.
it's I had to find it. It was
Well,
like
he
0.023% or something that
jeez.
have happened.
So he's only the third Cardinal ever to do it, which kind of blew my mind. So Bob Gibson in 1969, Jason Isringhausen in 2002, and now Ryan Helsley, adding that to a pretty phenomenal season this year.
All right, let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, go for
I'm like, I just typed in the word immaculate on Twitter, so then I get like the
it.
Cardinals, and then it's like some like model walking, and then the person put immaculate. I'm like, okay, sick. All right, maybe we're getting a little out of it. Yeah, let's see. I know I
It
liked
makes
it.
sense though. It makes sense why that's
Yeah, because they
super
pitch more
rare.
innings than like just games,
Exactly.
obviously.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I just saw this. I have to Barstool Sports posted it was like Kyler Murray right now, and it was like airstrike on Call of Duty. It's like
Mhm.
25 kill streak. Sorry, that was funny. Those
Those
will never get old.
I was about to say those will never get old.
But
I guess
I did pick the Cardinals this week, and I was scared because I found out later that there's a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 beta that was out this weekend. And
Yeah.
so thank God he didn't get on the sticks and focused on football.
Yeah. Yep. I guess around the MLB though, I mean, we only saw you guys. I mean, we talked to you guys a couple days ago, so there hasn't been a whole lot of changes going on.
Kind of. Aaron Judge has 59 homers.
That is true.
He's one. He's gonna win the Triple Crown. He's one off the batting now. 1 point.
Off the 1 point off the batting average.
Yeah, he has everything
Oh
else by
wow.
like a million.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's got that in the bag.
I
Sadly,
think
Goldie
so
got
too.
cold
Yeah.
because I think I thought he was on his way of doing it. The White Sox are 3.5 back. I mean, obviously the AL West is over. The NL East keeps going back and forth. New York Mets are currently a game up on the Braves. We're still 8 on the Brewers. Jim Edmonds said today during the broadcast that usually it comes down to like the last week and you have a bunch of teams like going at and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's not really the case this year.
No.
Kind of like all set in stone already.
Yeah. Especially the National League, like Atlanta, Mets, and us have been,
Yeah.
and Dodgers have been like pretty dominant. And in the American League at Houston, um, the Yankees still,
Yep.
and the Guardians. I'm kidding.
Yeah. I mean, I think they could surprise somebody, dude. I really do.
Who are the
Like,
Guardians?
yeah,
Oh, I
playoff baseball is
agree.
just different.
I think they could end up winning. They have pitchers.
Hmm.
They just aren't playing. I don't know how they don't have a better record.
Yeah.
It's because Steven
Well,
Kwan isn't a rookie of the year.
there it is. My gosh, Stephen Kwan. Oh my gosh. You pulled the stats up last episode, I think. It was like 4 homers and 37 RBIs or something like
He's
that.
batting like 300 though, so and he plays
Yeah.
good defense.
Yeah.
But in that
I
case, Brendan Donovan, NL rookie of the year.
yeah. There was one, I mean, there was actually two massive pitching performances today that happened on Sunday. Um Spencer Strider had a no hitter through 5 and it struck out 10 guys already, but was already at 97 pitches. And I think they took him out after that. I didn't keep up after that.
He's like one of the
Um,
youngest to get 200 strikeouts or something,
I
or as a
believe it.
rookie or something. He got it today. He got
Dude's
200 strikeouts.
dude's got nasty stuff. And then the other one I told you to keep an eye on was Jacob DeGrom. He had 13 strikeouts in 5 innings. So 13 of the 15 outs that he got were strikeouts. And then he kind of just
I don't
lost
think
it
he got
there.
the win because he gave up a home run.
Yeah, he gave up a 3-run bomb to O'Neal Cruz, which it has to be the most exciting player to ever bat 220. He
Yeah.
is insane, absolutely insane.
Hot
Um,
take. Maybe he's just not that good. No, I'm kidding.
maybe, bro. I think his potential is crazy though. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I think he's just gonna get better. I don't know how old he is. Do you?
Uh,
23,
I got a
24
computer
maybe?
here.
Yeah, go for it.
Cruz
Let's see
age
which one of us gets it
20.
first.
He's 23.
23. Okay. Yeah, he's got an insane future, but it will probably be traded in the next year and a half from
Uh,
Pittsburgh
I don't know. They got some good solid pieces.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they always do. Definitely Brian Hayes, Brian Reynolds. Pitching's kind of whack, but
Yeah. JT Brubaker.
yeah, there you go. What an ace.
Yeah.
I guess college football wise though, if you're ready to move on there.
Let's go.
Uh, you had mentioned, I guess, 2 episodes ago, it wasn't going to be a tremendous games to watch this week. But there was definitely some exciting games and a couple upsets, I guess.
A lot of
Uh,
exciting
where do you
games.
where do you want to start?
Man, let me kind of
Do you want to start with the crazy App State?
let's do it. It's where game day was
That was
electric.
wild.
Um, game day was awesome there. Luke Combs is the guest picker, goat.
Yeah.
Um, him and Lee Corso not agreeing on the first 6 picks or like 8 picks was hilarious. Yeah, but Chase Bryce for Heisman. That was I couldn't get this on my TV, and I honestly didn't really want to watch it, but um, ridiculous. So Chase Bryce should get Heisman. He threw for 279 yards and 2 touchdowns. Um, what's his face? Desmond Howard was kind of mentioning that this could be like an upset game because game day was at App State. Everyone's like, "Oh, you guys are amazing." Then Troy comes in and played really good.
Mhm.
They were up. I have to do the math. They were up by 3 at the end of the game, and then Chase Bryce throws a heave with like the time expired, and they went up and get it or jumped up for the ball, tipped it. The guy runs around and catches it. It was like it was playing. He like tipped it, curls around, scores a
Yeah.
touchdown. It was everyone stormed the field, going crazy. I listened to the TV broadcast, which is good, and then have you listened to the radio broadcast of it?
No, I haven't.
It happens, and it's just like static because they're screaming so loud. They're like you can't understand a thing they're saying
Yeah,
for like 15 seconds.
that's
It
awesome.
was so funny. Yeah, and there's like a huge dog pile, and I always get scared when there's a huge dog pile because I'm like, I would hate to be at the bottom. I'd be like
Oh
that.
my gosh, yeah.
They'd pull everyone up. I'd
Yes.
be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
No, I
App
feel like
State, they just get it done.
I was gonna say I feel like they don't 3 weeks into the season. Do you think they had these expectations that they would be like one of the major teams everybody's talking about in in the news?
Hey,
I
Chase
mean, this
Price
is
is good.
crazy. This is crazy, dude.
Rank
Um,
them, which they
do you
did
want
not
to
get
talk?
ranked.
You always give the order, but I feel like I'm too excited about this Washington Michigan State game
Oh
that
my
happened.
God,
That was
your
pretty great,
fake
dude.
team.
That was pretty great. I'm not gonna lie, I was
You
sweating near
just
the
you just
end.
you crack me up because you're like, I'm gonna root for Washington, Washington. Then you just start posting everything on your story, like game day, baby. It's
Yeah.
like you're a lifelong fan. I'm like, okay, buddy.
Die hard, baby.
Now you're making
Yeah.
me want them to lose every week.
I was sweating near the end because we were up by like 17 at one point, something like that, and then Michigan State started clawing back. Um, but yeah, Washington wins by 11. I'm not gonna lie, I did not think they would win. I thought it'd be a closer game. Michigan State did not impress me though. I don't remember the quarterback's name off the top of my head. Payne, I think something
Thorn,
Payne,
something
Thorn Payne.
Thorn.
Oh, Peyton Thorn maybe.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know. Maybe the running back had 13 attempts
yeah.
for 27 yards.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Peyton Thorne. Jalen Polk for Washington with 3 touchdowns. Penix was phenomenal again. Got a little banged up near the end.
He's a beast.
Um, he really is, dude. He really is. 10 touchdowns and 1 pick. That's his
You'd have known
touchdown
about him if you
interception
were
ratio.
a true college football fan. Him at Indiana.
Yeah, I knew a little bit about him, but I didn't know he could throw like this. I really didn't. Yeah, that was an impressive win for them. They got Stanford, I believe, next week. I thought I could have sworn we played USC, but I guess is that possible in the Pac-12 championship? I guess.
Yeah, the US or Pac-12, they take the 2 best teams.
Okay. Yeah. So
You guys
that's
don't play
definitely
USC?
possible.
Oh, you guys are probably, yeah, you're not in their division. They're in the South
No.
probably. You play
Yep.
Oregon though.
For sure. Yep.
At Oregon.
That's
It's
the
gonna be
only other
rough.
really big one that I saw on there. Stanford's always going to be close, but yeah, this was like the big game.
You
So
play at UCLA, which did you see that no one goes to their games?
uh-uh.
Troy Aikman tweeted about it because he went to UCLA. There's like a picture, literally no one's there. He's like,
Unreal.
he was like this when we are like like a top team in the country ranked when he was there that no one fills. It's at the Rose Bowl. Like, yes, it's
That's
not close to
crazy.
the campus, but it's the Rose Bowl.
And you would think UCLA would be a pretty popular place to pack that out.
Yeah, they're all too rich.
I guess so. I guess so. But let's keep it rolling. What other game stood out to you?
Um, just because I'm on it right now, it really didn't stand out to me, but Iowa scored multiple touchdowns. They won 27-0, and they had a bunch of lightning delays, and like this game went past like midnight because there's a picture of Iowa's quarterback Sean Petras and someone. It's very mean, but it's very funny. It's like 1 a.m. It's like I never thought I'd see Sean Petras playing on a Sunday.
Oh,
Very
oh, that's
funny.
rough. That's rough.
Um, okay, let me scroll through.
I mean, Oregon beating BYU kind of
Oh,
stood out to
Oregon
me.
just completely throttled them.
That kind of surprised me. Not gonna lie.
I thought Oregon was gonna win. It was at Oregon.
Mhm.
Bo Nix, he's good, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Right after we just dogged them last
Yeah,
week.
like he did. We probably should have did more research because I know we did good that week before. I just kind of forgot about it. He threw for like 5. He had 5 total touchdowns, which he did this week too.
Hmm.
Um, and they even mentioned it on College Game Day, I think, or even the broadcast. They were like, your first time getting to Oregon and your first games against Georgia. So with a new head coach, that's usually not going to go well. But he's settled in, and obviously, um, he can throw good. They ran the living crap out of the ball, which
Mm-hmm.
they were getting like 5-6 yards a carry. They're just running down their throat. Their defense played good. BYU, yeah, sorry, you're not as good as I guess
For
people
sure.
thought.
For sure. What about Penn State destroying Auburn? That kind of
Yeah, that
surprised me
was
too.
very surprising. It's the first time a Big Ten team has played at Auburn at Jordan O'Hare Stadium.
Hmm.
I really thought Auburn was gonna pull it out just because the atmosphere and everything, but they were kind of holding with them in like the first quarter, but or at halftime was 14-6, and then yeah, they kind of just fell apart.
Yeah.
Their running back for Penn State had 10 carries for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's pretty good.
That's solid.
Yeah, it's not too shabby. Sean Clifford only threw for 178 yards. I'm assuming just because they probably ran it down the other team's throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ran for a lot of yards, but
Yep. I'm sure near the end too, when they got a big lead, they were kind of just
yeah.
laying back a little bit. Um,
I just
Wake
still for
Forest.
some reason I just don't like Penn State. So
Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot of teams that I just don't like.
Yeah.
And I may not really have a reason, but I just
Mm-hmm.
don't like them.
Mm-hmm. I don't like Penn State either, and I've
I
not
don't know
followed college
why,
football that hard. Yeah.
but I don't like it. Maybe it's because they
Wake
had assistant coach who touched boys. Yeah,
Honestly,
that could be
that
a
probably where it stems for me too. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. That's probably where it started for me. Wake Forest, number 19 in the country, survived against Liberty, and you guys got them next week.
Yeah, they're gonna get
That's
destroyed.
that's a big matchup at Wake
Wake
Forest, correct?
Wake Forest last year. It was the last home game of my collegiate career. A noon game, which I'm still kind of mad about that it was at noon.
Uh-huh.
I've been telling you this. They run if you watch it at it's a noon game at 11. So I'm gonna be home this weekend, and we have like stuff on Saturday. I'm like, Kaylee, we gotta get back. We get right after we're done with their stuff. We gotta go watch the game. Um, but they do the thing where they hold the mesh between the quarterback and running back for a really long time, so the guy can either
Yep.
like throw it or hand it off. And they always do that. But Clemson, we usually get to them, and then we just end up tackling both of them. But I am nervous because we do have some. Okay, we're now I'm just starting talking about Clemson, not the game, but we're talking about Clemson later.
Okay.
But we'll beat them. But yeah, I think Liberty scored or Wake Forest scored, took the lead, and then Liberty scored and tried to go for two and didn't convert and
Mm-hmm.
lost, I believe.
Yep. Yep. That's
Yeah,
correct.
that's what it looks like.
Yep.
But Sam Hartman's really good, and I'm kind of scared about Sam Hartman. But he was their leading rusher with 15 yards, so they're just throwing
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Wow. What about the Missouri State Arkansas game?
I
They
told
were
you, I called this.
Yeah.
I was watching this game before the Clemson game started, and even talking with my friend Ty, who
Mm-hmm.
went to Missouri State and watched a lot of the games, he was like Missouri State's ranked sixth in FCS right now. Like they're really good. Their quarterback transfer is a transfer. He was at Utah at one point, and like he was literally their whole team. He threw for 357 yards and had one touchdown passing. And they ran a lot of it. They got close and then would run it in. But their defense is what my friend said was he's like, that's what that was gonna be their downfall. And that was their downfall.
For
Their
sure.
offense hung with them.
Weren't they up 17-0 at one point?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were up 2 scores in the fourth quarter before Arkansas had like a 2-play touchdown and they got the
Jeez.
ball back.
Yeah.
They had like 2 sacks right after when they got the ball back and then took the lead. But if I'm an Arkansas fan, like honestly, I don't think you guys should be ranked top 10 after
Mm-hmm.
that. Like I know it's Missouri State and they're really good in FCS, but still giving up 357 yards and you're supposed to be an SEC defense and you're ranked 10 in the country, that's
Mm-hmm.
not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
And getting down or being down in the fourth quarter late too, and just not having coming out with the intensity. Like they kind of took them for granted, not coming out sharp, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think they're still good. Like their offense is good, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'd be a little worried because whenever you're facing like a better quarterback, like Stetson Bennett,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Kentucky's QB, what's his
yeah,
name?
Will Levis, Malik or not Malik Hooker. Hendon Hooker, Bryce
Mhm.
Young. There's a big list of good quarterbacks.
For sure. For
So
sure.
yeah,
Um, oh, I think we mentioned Texas Tech visiting NC State was a game to watch, and NC State won 27-14 in that one. Did you get
yeah.
to see any of that one?
No, what time was that game? That was on in the afternoon. What game was I watching in the afternoon? I was watching BYU Oregon. Yeah, I did not watch this
Gotcha.
game. We got
Gotcha.
NC State right after Wake Forest, so
Yeah, you got a couple big games coming up for sure.
yeah, easy dubs.
Florida survived against South Florida by 3. Florida's been a little shaky these last
Florida,
couple.
I never thought Florida was that good. I
They're not
just knew
number.
they were going to beat Utah because it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
heat in Florida.
yeah.
So yeah, I think Florida's going to get absolutely demolished against Tennessee this week, which
Hmm.
I'll talk about more on the preview.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I think they're going to get destroyed. Which game day is going to Tennessee, Florida, which is exciting.
What about Clemson destroying Louisiana Tech 48-20?
Yeah, so the first half was not great. Um, we were only up 13-6 at halftime. The momentum kind of changed when we blocked a field goal, and then our guy returning it fumbled it, so they got the ball back and had another possession. But our defense held strong. Um, uh, they only got field goals, and then our offense came alive. DJ's been playing really, really good, and it's really good to see. A lot of people were saying like, "Oh, like our offense wasn't like perfect, but we were a lot better." We finally got the run game going. Like Will Shipley had 12 attempts for 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. DJ had 62 yards rushing. Like if our offensive line plays well and we protect DJ, because DJ made some throws that our receivers dropped, or he just didn't have time because Will Shipley got blown up by a linebacker like 3 times in a row trying to block him. Um, but yeah, he's improved his like everything's improved about DJ's his like touchdown interceptions. He threw for 9 touchdowns last year. He has 5 this year. And he has 1 interception. He had 10 last year. So he's taking care of the ball. Um, his yards per game are up. His like efficiency, his completion percentage, the ball just looks better coming out of his hand. He threw some great balls downfield to Nagata, who laid out. Antonio
So,
Williams.
so with two tougher games coming up, I mean tougher than what you faced already. Do you think he's going to be who you I guess roll with in both of them?
Oh, he's without a doubt our starting quarterback. Like Cade's
Okay.
not. It's not even a question. I think people are
Okay.
making it more of a thing than it is, and you can tell that because we were up by a lot, and then they put Cade in for a series. He went like 3 and out. Louisiana Tech got it and scored, and then they put Cade back in. He went like 3, 4, like did 5 plays, and then Louisiana Tech scored. So that's kind of why it was a little closer. And then
Yeah.
DJ came in, let them all down way down the field, and scored on a throw to like
Gotcha.
Bo Collins. But DJ's been playing really good. Our defense had some injuries. We had some guys out. We had a safety out. Brian Bresee was obviously out because he was back with his family. Tyler Davis was out. Xavier Thomas was out. Um, a cornerback got hurt, Sheridan Jones. But so we had some young guys playing corner, which um like their quarterback threw for 311 yards. And so that's by far like what I'm most scared is our secondary, which isn't great going against Wake Forest, but they hold the ball so far in the backfield that I think our defensive line will murder Sam Hartman.
Okay.
Not actually kill him, but um yeah, like our defensive line and linebackers are really, really good. We had a lot of tip balls. We just need some guys back healthy, and I think we'll be good.
Mhm. I guess the other kind of must watch out there was Miami, Texas A&M. We kind of forementioned it a little bit, kind of a disappointing game.
Yeah, I did not watch it. I was watching the Clemson game because that game was going on till like midnight.
Yeah.
It just I didn't watch any of it, but just looking kind of at the box score, it looks like it was a very boring game. A
17-9
defensive game.
for sure. I think we both picked Miami to win that though. And then
Yeah.
Texas A&M, we're going to save it for the preview, but they got a big game next week.
Who do they play?
I saw it earlier. Let me get it. Arkansas. That's who they face.
Arkansas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arkansas is gonna pick it up. I think Arkansas actually wins that game just because I know we're gonna should wait for the preview, but Texas A&M can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
But Texas A&M did do something that I think they should is just hand it off to the running back, Devin Achane, who's like a beast, who's super fast, who we had high on our running back rankings. Because their quarterback threw for an amazing completion percentage of 50. So that's what you like to see. They went with I think it's Max Johnson instead of Hunter or Heinz King. It's not Haynes King. It's like Heinz King. It's kind of a weird name. I thought Miami would have won just because Tyler Van Dyke, I think, is better, like a good quarterback, but I guess not. The U is not back yet.
Yeah.
We play Miami later in the year too.
How late into the season?
It's like our second to last game in November. It's like November 18th.
That would be a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any other college football games that stood out to you before we move on to NFL?
Look real quick. Oh yeah, we missed a really exciting one. Or I guess a couple. Florida State beat Louisville on Thursday night.
That's right.
Or Friday night. No, Thursday. No, Friday. Friday.
Yeah.
There's Jordan Travis, their Florida State's quarterback, got hurt, and they still ended up winning. I didn't really watch it because I was watching the Cardinal game because Albert Pujols was playing. But I was telling you about how good Malik Cunningham is. He had 243 yards passing, a touchdown. Then he had 127 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So it's pretty crazy. And then the one game that I'm sure not a lot of people watch, but Syracuse-Purdue. Syracuse walked it off with 7 seconds left. They threw for a touchdown pass, like 20-some yards, right at the pylon in the right in the front corner of the end zone. Just caught it, ran in. So they won. Syracuse walked it off. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then Nebraska got murdered by Oklahoma.
They got destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, like 53-7 or something like that?
49-14. Nebraska scored the first
yeah.
a touchdown right away, and I was like, ooh, maybe and then they just fell apart. And then I watched Oklahoma's next drive, and it was like 3rd and 8, and then Dylan Gabriel ran it 60 yards for a touchdown.
Oh my
He scrambled and ran all the way in.
Unreal. But yeah, I'm looking forward to our preview episode on Friday. That'll be fun, talking about week 4 already. I mean, that's
Wednesday this week, or it'll come out Friday, but we'll do it Wednesday.
Yes, that's right. NFL wise though, the NFL week 2 did not disappoint. Woo! We're not even done with. I want to start with the best game of the week, in my opinion. The Dolphins
Jaguars
Ravens.
Colts. I agree. I'm kidding.
The Dolphins Ravens, man. I don't think people will believe me. You have to kind of see it to believe it.
Tua threw it 50 yards.
Tua kind of said suck it to every hater that he's ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Waddle and Tyreek help a lot. But I mean, 6 touchdowns and almost 500 yards passing from Tua.
I tweeted this, but not on our account, on my account, because for a solid like 30 minutes, I realized I was tweeting on my own account instead of our account.
Yeah.
But like I tweeted out the stats, and these are just ridiculous. This is like Madden stats. Tua was 36 for 50, 469 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Tyreek Hill had 11 receptions, 190 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle had 11 receptions, 171 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill's long 60, Jalen Waddle's 59. He was just, they're so fast. Like I'm literally gonna probably this week start a Madden franchise with them and just throw to them because they're so fast.
Yeah.
Because I can play with Tyreek Hill now without so I would never play with him on the Chiefs.
Somebody had mentioned it on either live or on a DM or something about how we need to start talking more fantasy football. So I want us to do that on the preview episode. Talk about maybe starts, cuts, who's in it, who's out, that type of thing.
Yeah,
like kind of people on the borderline and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we can do that during the preview episode. But yeah, Dolphins come back from down 21 starting the 4th quarter.
Yeah,
pull that dub out.
They scored 28 points in the 4th quarter.
I know the secondary for the Ravens were missing some guys, but holy cow, they were letting some. I mean, literally Tyreek and Waddle were just blowing by them downfield.
The crazy thing is, it's like Lamar Jackson played like
he was phenomenal. Yeah,
he had 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 8 incompletions, ran for 119 yards and had another touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. Unreal.
And then
Um,
Rashad Bateman to start off the game, he returned the kickoff. It was just
it
electric.
was crazy. It was crazy. It really was. You talked me into picking the Jaguars over the Colts, but did you expect that?
Yeah, Jaguars are for real. I'm
24
telling you, the
nothing.
Jaguars are sneaky good. Trevor Lawrence started off 8 for 8. He was 25 for 30. Um, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns. James Robinson, 64 yards rushing. Christian Kirk, everyone's like, oh, that's a bad sign. Oh, wait, he had 6 receptions, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Mhm.
They have like solid weapons like Kirk, Ingram, Marvin Jones, then Zay Jones. ETN can catch it. James Robinson can catch it. And their defense is pretty good too. Like they held the Colts to 0 points. Jonathan Taylor to only 54 yards rushing.
Yeah. Can we talk about the Colts? What an awful start to the season. That
Also,
I
they hadn't
mean,
won there in 7 straight years. So
exactly. I know the Jaguars are improved, but if you're the
they could
Colts
win the
and you
division. I've talked myself into it. The Colts are down, Tennessee's down, the Texans are down, Jaguars Super Bowl.
I think if you're the Colts, if you're in house over there though, you have to be so disgusted with how you started your season. You got Matt Ryan in the offseason. You improved, you thought improved at the quarterback position, but you start the season with the Texans and Jaguars. Um, Catching myself watching the Packers Bears a little bit here.
I know.
Um,
Yeah, me too.
but if you're the Colts, I mean, it's just you start the season with the Texans and Jaguars. You think you'd start a couple wins because they're better. I mean, they're better. I mean, they really are, but
I don't
they're
know.
just not. It's just awful. A tie and a loss to start the season. Awful.
Um,
Um,
I really think they only ran Jonathan Taylor 9 times. Like I think
yeah. What is that?
you just gotta give him the rock. Maybe I'm thinking this happened to the Cowboys a little bit, but on those like first drives, like I think the Jaguars got the ball first, went down and scored, I think. Or maybe the Colts went 3-and-out. But a lot of times you like run the ball first, and then if you get like a 1 yard gain, it's like okay. Um, then sometimes they'll run it again because it's Jonathan Taylor. Then he gets like a 2 yard gain. Then
Mhm.
you're like, okay, it's a 3rd and like 7, and you
Yeah.
don't get it three
Yeah.
and out.
Exactly. Okay.
But then Trevor Lawrence, touchdown Jesus, the GOAT, MVP.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
played well today, man. Keep an eye on them in the AFC South for sure.
their their
Uh,
defense, their defense is sneaky, like solid. Like they're
we
overall, they have a lot of young guys, and they're like very solid. Like good
we
things are coming.
we called that Patriots Steelers game pretty much to a T. A little even more scoring than I think we thought it'd be. 17-14 Patriots in that one.
Yeah,
But that's pretty much what we expected, man. I turned it off. I turned on another game on the main TV and I had Red Zone on my phone going, but
I
yeah,
was
that was
watching Red Zone, and they were just showing too much of this game.
yeah, it was pretty dull to say the least.
Yeah, it's well,
Um,
it's like the Steelers and Patriots just are not teams that just like. Yeah,
no.
I want to watch them.
Yeah. Also, Damian Harris, I want to shout him out because running back for the Patriots went down with a knee injury, and I don't know what happened afterwards.
Mm.
So I don't know if he came back. I mean, they're kind of loaded at that position. Ramondre Stevenson would probably go off if he's out for any
Yeah.
period of time. But
Ooh, is he on the waiver
um,
wire?
the G men are 2-0. They knock off the Panthers. Panthers really kind of like the Colts. He didn't have that kind of expectations, I guess. But I had him beating who they lose to last week.
God, the
So I had
Cleveland.
Cleveland. That's right. Yeah.
Cleveland's better
So
than the Panthers.
I mean, I think I had the Panthers beating in both games. So I mean, what a rough start. But on the other side, the G-men, you got to be happy with how you're doing, right?
Yeah, like it really wasn't really pretty on both sides as
Exactly.
Carolina had 275 yards total offense. New York had 265 total yards offense.
Yeah.
But I swear Daniel Jones, like he sucks for 3 quarters and then he just starts playing good in like the end of the games, which I guess is good. Saquon had another solid game, which is good to see if you're a Giants fan, not if you're a
Mhm.
like an NFC East fan like
Mhm.
myself. Like I wish
Christian Mc,
they would be bad.
Christian McCaffrey played better. He got more touches.
Yeah,
That's interesting because those two guys are electric if they can stay healthy. Both of
I
them.
know. It's only two
So
weeks, people. There's still time for them to somehow
exactly.
get hurt.
Yeah. The
But DJ, I have to shout
Buccaneers.
out DJ Moore. Got a
Helped you
touchdown.
out.
Let's go. Finally. I still may bench him next week though. I got some good guys on my bench. May talk
The
about that later.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers knocked off the Saints 20-10. That was also a 3-3 game until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And I guess the big storyline, Tom Brady was losing his cool a little bit. I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
that. Did you
I
see
saw
that?
some videos. Yeah.
He was going nuts. And
I
then they had
saw
a
Mike Evans
brawl.
completely demolish Marcus Lattimore. That was
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, yeah. Yeah, I had the Saints in that one. I think you picked the Bucks in that one. By the way, I did find our records, and I thought you did better than me last week. You were 8-7. I was 9-6. So I'll have to redo it, refind it this week. But
I don't know if you
yeah,
found the right ones record then.
I was waiting for you to say something. But yeah, the Buccaneers start 2-0. The Saints 1-1. Jameis
I
didn't
think I
play
picked the Saints in
phenomenally.
this game. Why did I do that?
And then I guess a couple more games here. The Lions.
I
The
will say
Lions
Jameis
offense.
Winston, I love him. Throwing those
Yeah.
3 picks.
Yeah. The Detroit Lions offense has become one of the best offenses in football the first 2 weeks of the
Oh
season.
yeah.
35 points in the first game. They beat the Commanders 36-27 in this
Hey,
one.
they were favored and they
DeAndre
covered.
Swift's DeAndre Swift's going nuts. Amon, what is it?
Amon Ross
Amon
St. Brown.
Amon Ra. Yeah. He's I think he had a couple touchdowns as well.
Oh, he didn't have a couple. He had 9 receptions, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he did have a
Oh
couple,
my
but
gosh. Jared Goff, though, 4 touchdowns today. Look at him.
yeah,
Look at
everyone
Jared Goff.
disrespecting.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. But DeAndre
um,
Swift, this game he had like he was questionable coming in with an ankle, so he had like a limited carries as he only carried it 5 times, but he had a carry of 50 yards, so that helps.
mhm. I mean, I mentioned the Dolphins Ravens is the best game of the week. How about that Jets Browns game? If you're a Browns fan, that just kills you.
One more thing about the Washington Detroit game. It
Hmm.
was on red zone, like the first half. I have some like on one of my teams I have Terry McLaurin. Then on another team I am on bench Jahan Dotson on our league because I'm smart and I picked him up. Um, unlike you picking up a defense, idiot.
Hey, I'm about to be 2-0, bro.
I'm
I'm, I'm
kidding.
I'm
I'm just
really
messing.
close. I'm really close.
I'm probably gonna lose, but it's just getting your guy. It's just getting the right guys in the lineup. You just take a couple weeks, and my lineup's gonna be cooking next week. But the first half, like Terry McLaurin had 0 points, Jahan Dotson had 0. I was like, oh God. And I just looked and Carson Wentz had 337 yards passing and 3 touchdowns.
I know.
He shows up in the second half. They literally had no points first and second quarter. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, it was 22-0 at one point. Then they
Yeah.
started getting it going. But how about that Jets Browns game? Came down to they recovered a onside kick and then scored off that, and then Jacoby Brissett ended it with an interception. But
Oh, he shouldn't have thrown that ball. They had another
I
timeout
know, I know.
and they got that rookie kicker who is like a beast
Yeah,
because
58 yarder or something like that
yeah,
last week.
I would have been like, you just get it with under 70, just let him kick.
Yeah, yeah, that's a tough
That's
loss. I mean,
very
what
surprising.
were they up? There was like 5 minutes left, and they were up by like was it double digits?
Yeah,
Something like that.
they were up 14 points like under the 2 minute warning.
Unreal,
But
unbelievable.
Garrett
How about
Wilson had 8 receptions,
mhm.
100 and some yards, rookie, 2 touchdowns. I honestly
How
think I
about Joe
dropped him on one of my
Flacco?
leagues.
How about Joe Flacco? 307 yards, 4 TDs.
Elite.
Look at look at Joe. Zach Wilson, who? Joe's your quarterback there in New York.
It should be Mike White, but they won't let him flourish. Nick Chubb,
um,
I love
I
you.
guess
Give me three
three
touchdowns.
the 3 o'clock central games.
4:25 Central Eastern.
Yeah. The Niners beat the Seahawks 27-7. I had my Seahawks jersey on. I was cheering them on good, but yeah, offense, it's kind of what I expected. The offense definitely did not show up. We had 7 points, and that came off a blocked field goal, and we returned it for a touchdown,
Nice.
86 yards. But Gino was actually extremely efficient, 24 of 30, 197 yards. He threw one pick. The run game, which I think we need to rely on more than anything, was non-existent. 6 carries and 15 yards
Jesus.
for Rashad Penny. You're
Is he on
looking
your
at it?
team?
Yeah, Rashad's on my team. Yeah. It was really good to see Tyler Lockett, 9 catches, 107 yards. But I think the biggest storyline of the entire game was Trey Lance going down.
Out for the season.
Yeah, I didn't even see it happen. Something with his ankle.
Yeah, I didn't watch either. I just was watching Red Zone, then they just showed him getting carted off.
I'm curious if it was one of those disgusting, brutal ones.
It had to have been.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Yeah, but
that's
Jimmy,
yeah, good thing they signed Jimmy G. And I don't know if this is really a hot take, but I think the 49ers are better with Jimmy G instead of Trey Lance.
I think Trey Lance's ceiling is higher of what he can do, but within the system, I agree. I think
Well,
Jimmy
like
G
Jimmy G took you to a Super Bowl, he took you
for
to
sure.
like one of a couple playoff games last year, right? Or just one. I know he beat us.
I think they lost in the next one, but yeah.
Or I thought they mentioned the NFC Championship actually.
Did they last year?
Maybe. Thought that didn't they lose? No. Who even
Oh,
No, they
yeah, they
didn't.
did. Yeah, they did. I
They
think
played
so
the
because they lost
Bengals? No, the Bengals.
the
God, I am
Rams. I know. I'm
Rams.
trying to
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, because
We've been
everyone
talking.
was at that game. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've been talking football for a while. I'm starting to lose it too. But yeah, the Niners win by 20 in that one. But again, this is what I predicted. This is what I was hoping for. I was hoping Seahawks first two, and then now you get the Falcons and the Lions coming up here. Which again, I mean, the Falcons have been competitive in both
The
games, and
Falcons are gonna
still have the Lions.
the
So
Falcons almost came back against the Rams.
they
So
did. The Rams were coughing it up. So let's move on to that one. For me, it's what the heck is Matthew Stafford doing? I know he's always been a gunslinger,
yeah.
but he is throwing some balls in the places where it's tough. I think he had two picks today, another two picks today, I should say.
Yeah, too.
But yeah, they tried to get Allen Robinson more involved. That was like one of their big
You
things.
got a touchdown. He only had 5 targets, so
That's crazy though, man. That's crazy. Cooper Cup, another insane day.
yeah, Tyler
108
Higbee played
yards.
solid.
Yep.
Cam
Cam
Akers had
Akers.
15
Yeah,
carries.
there you go.
Whoa.
I know. I know. For a 2.9 average on those carries, but
Yeah.
still. Did you see that one Mariota play where he fell down and I think it was 4th and 3 or something like that? He did a fake handoff and he rolled out
Mhm.
and he fell down, got back up and threw it and threw it to their tight end. But it was like a split second. Like right when he got up, he was just slinging it.
Yeah.
It was pretty unbelievable actually.
Marcus
Um,
Mariota is so athletic.
he's
When
very
he was a
athletic.
rookie, he had like a 90-yard touchdown run. He's
The
so fast.
Falcons were that close to winning that game though at the end. Did you see how it ended? Jalen Ramsey picked it off
Yeah, and then he was saying like, "I am him," and I'm like, "Okay, he gave
after
up a perfect passer rating
yeah,
to."
exactly. Last week. Yeah. Stephon Diggs. Yeah. How about your Cowboys though? I mean, we talked a little
Wait,
bit at
one
the
more thing
beginning.
about the Falcons.
Yeah, yeah.
Drake
What's up?
London, the rookie, 8 receptions, 86 yards, a touchdown. He is gonna get promoted and be a starter for me next week on my fantasy team because
There you
DJ
go.
Moore and Brandon Cooks did not play good for me.
Yes, yes. Um, but your Cowboys, you mentioned a little bit in the beginning. Walk-off field goal there for you guys. Feeling okay? Feeling good?
Feeling great. I thought the Bengals were supposed to be good. Was
Dude, it was a
Is Joe
win-win.
Burrow like not good? Because
It was a win-win situation for me because one of those teams were going to go 0-2, and that either one would have made me happy. Justin Fields just ran it in for a touchdown there. 7-3 Bears to start off.
wow,
Kind of an interesting beginning there. But yeah, you guys 1-1. Who you got next week? I haven't looked yet.
the Giants
That's right. Monday night. That's right. So the
still
Colts were unbelievably disappointing to me. But there's another team that disappointed me and have been
the
disappointing me.
Bengals.
The Bengals are definitely disappointing. That's
We
true.
like Micah Parsons went. I think he had 2 sacks. Like
Yeah.
he's on pace now for. Come on, show me the defense. He's on pace for like a ridiculous amount of number of sacks. Like he had 2 sacks, yeah, and I think he's had 2 sacks the first game. So he has 4 sacks so far this year.
On pace for 32.
Yeah, he's a
That'd be
beast.
one heck of a season.
But
No, the
like, I
team.
don't know what. Like, I don't know. Cincinnati, we're extremely overrated.
Mhm.
You guys suck. You'll probably make the playoffs and do good, but Joe Burrow, I'm glad to see that you are very good at leading a team to 0-2. And Cooper Rush MVP.
That wasn't even my team I was talking about. I was talking about the Denver Broncos.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously they lost to Seattle week 1, my Super Bowl of the year, but they win by 7 against the Texans today. and score 16 points. I mean, the Texans are competing well. They competed obviously with the Colts week 1, but for me, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. They've had a lot of, I mean, they made it to the, I want to look up how they, like their, whatever it's called, percentage in the red zone, so whatever that is. Because it seems like they keep getting there and have to rely on McManus kicking field goals. Russell
Yeah, they had
Wilson,
350 yards total offense, which is solid.
yeah,
Like Sutton
that's
had
what they did.
122 yards,
Yeah,
Javante ran for 75 yards, Melvin Gordon 47. Russell Wilson was like awful completion percentage, 14 for
14 for
31.
31. Wow. Wow.
Gonna
But no, they
see what kind of quarterbacks are on the waiver wire because he's not doing it for me.
oh, I forgot you had him. That's right. Like obviously their defense did very well today. I guess the Texans offense it doesn't have much, but yeah, they were booing at one point in Denver, which is crazy. Just an
Yeah,
awful start. Um, we didn't mention the Chiefs Chargers. Chiefs won by 3. I
I
think
don't want to talk about it.
the big takeaway was Herbert. Hopefully he's okay moving forward. He's my fantasy quarterback.
Also,
So
the tight end for the Chargers who like did not come back to the ball and basically let them pick six it.
yes,
Gerald Everett, you do good on Madden for me, but
former
I know you're
Seahawk.
tired and you're asking out of the game, but suck it up for one play. Jeez.
Yeah. Yep. And then
I
I
was
guess
so happy to watch. I was getting so excited. Yeah.
the last game for right now that we already know the result. Obviously, the Bears and Packers are still going. Monday night we have
Cardinals,
Bills.
Raiders. Didn't talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Bills, Titans, Eagles, Vikings. But yeah, the Cardinals, Raiders. We mentioned it earlier, live that it was happening. Cardinals won 29-23. It was at one point 23 to 7, I think.
Nothing. They
Was
were
it
up
20?
or no, they were
Wow,
up 20 to
bro.
nothing at half. Maybe they were
Unreal.
up 23 to nothing.
Yeah,
I
it was
think they
23
were
to
up 23 to nothing.
It was. It was unreal. Yeah, I was about to. They were going to be my third team. I talked about as disappointing to start the season, but Kyler turned it around. He
I
threw
would say the
49
Raiders are kind of
times
disappointing.
for sure. Definitely.
Like you got
So how about that? We were really hyping up that AFC West. They've not lived up to
Devontae
the
Adams,
expectations so
2 receptions,
Wow. How many targets you have?
7. He did get a touchdown though. Thank God he's in one of
Unreal.
my fantasy leagues. The
Unreal.
GOAT, Hunter Renfro, led the team in 10 targets. Like
There
he
you
only
go.
got 7 receptions. You got to keep targeting him because then you would win the game.
Yeah. Yeah, unreal. So the big takeaway I take from week 2 is that the Seahawks are still sitting at top of the division, 1-1, tied
Oh
with
yeah.
the Rams and
I was
Cardinals, or
like,
tied with I guess tied with everybody, isn't it? It is Cardinals,
yes.
Rams,
Yeah,
and Niners.
everyone won.
Yeah,
Well,
but
technically,
yeah,
no, the San Francisco will be number 1 because they beat you. They have the head to head over you.
whatever, whatever. But yeah, another really good week of football here. Very exciting time. We will be back later this week
Ooh, we
again.
didn't mention one thing real quick
Yeah,
before we end.
yeah,
We
yeah.
never mentioned the rankings for college football.
That's right.
It's not like a lot has changed. It's literally like exactly the same, but whatever. Georgia 1, Alabama 2, Ohio State 3, Michigan 4, Clemson 5, Oklahoma 6, USC 7, Kentucky 8, Oklahoma State 9, Arkansas 10. Should have been ranked lower. Like not 10 out of the top 10. I
Uh-huh.
never know what to say lower or higher because
Yeah,
it could mean the same
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Tennessee 11, NC State 12. That if NC State wins this next week and we win this week, that's going to be like if Arkansas or Tennessee loses, it could be a top 10 matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Utah 13, Penn State 14, Oregon 15, Ole Miss 16. They like demolished Georgia Tech. Baylor 17. Somehow your team is 18.
Let's
Washington's
go.
18.
Let's go.
BYU 19, Florida 20, Wake Forest 21, Texas 22, A&M 23, Pitt 24, Miami 25.
Interesting. So
Appalachian State's receiving 77 votes. Come on, baby.
I'm a little surprised that Washington's all the way up to 18. Thought they'd be in the 20s, maybe.
The funny one is so that's the AP poll. Then there's like a coaches poll. Like they literally mean nothing because it's not the college football playoff poll.
Mm-hmm.
It literally means absolutely nothing. But In the coaches poll, it makes no sense. In the coaches poll, they have Michigan State ranked 21, and then they have Washington 24, which makes no sense because Washington just beat them.
Exactly.
But
Unreal.
whatever.
But
It's all
yeah,
for fun.
another very filled episode here with a lot of baseball, a lot of football. We will be back on Friday. You and I filming on Wednesday this week because you're coming back into town here, which will be nice.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, anything to send us off with here, Zach?
Nope.
I hope you guys have a good week. I always forget what day it is because I say it's Monday when this is coming out, but it's Sunday right now. So
Yeah.
everybody have a great week. We will be back, like I said, later this week. And yeah, everybody have fun out there.
See you guys.